Okay, well, welcome everybody. And we are very privileged today to have Ms. Asakwa here with us today. She's, of course, a singer and a voice actress. And as with many of our guests, her voice acting credits are so numerous that we really can't list them all here today, and I'm sure most of you know what they are anyway. She does speak some English, I'm told. So I want to remind everyone to be very careful not to reveal any classified information. Does Ms. Asakwa have anything she wants to say to begin before we do the questions?
セッション始める前に何かおっしゃることはありますか？
今日はお集まりいただいて本当にありがとうございます。恋の不慣れなんで緊張してますが、よろしくお願いします。綺麗に撮ってください。
Thank you very much for all of you to come. And since I'm not used to this kind of press meeting, I'm a little bit nervous. Hope you will take a good picture of me and be nice to me. Thank you.
Okay, let's start with the questions.
Yes, I actually would like to open the press session with the fact that I actually was there for the Q&A with you at Anime Expo in 2010, and you know, based upon how you're speaking English like more comfortably and natively, I was actually impressed that you were actually able to go through the entire Q&A session for this year's Q&A at Anime Central for that long. I'd like to congratulate you on your improvement in English really well. It was really, I was impressed. But I actually would like to start off.
Could you stop right there for a minute?
Yeah.
まずは私が2010年の AX の時の Q&A セッションにも行っておりました。でその時に比べて今年の Q&A セッションをお一人でずっと英語でやってたので非常にスムーズで非常に英語が上達していらっしゃるのを見ておりましたということをまず最初にお伝えしたいと思います。
Actually, I would actually like to start off with a lighthearted question. I've noticed that at Anime Expo your hair was short, and then when you just started otaku for Zero, it was still kind of short. I was actually wondering how long it took you for your hair to grow that long.
2010年の時はまだ髪が短かったんですけど、今長いのに気づきました。
今気づいたの？
長くなるのにどれぐらいの時間かかりましたか？
あれからずっと伸ばしてますね。
So I've been making my hair growing long ever since then. So.
Oh, so yeah, because my hair is also pretty long too.
Yours is longer.
It's like my family told me it takes about a year or so. And then it stays like that long.
Oh, so.
Yes, next, yes, John.
Thank you.
What are some of your favorite TV shows while growing up that inspired you to become an actress? And what are some of your favorite TV shows now that continue to inspire you?
子供時代、育ってる間に見て好きだったテレビの番組で影響を受けたの、また今影響を受けてるテレビの番組っていうのは何がありますか？
子供の時はちょっと大人になってからなんですけど、多分小学校2年生ぐらいの時に学校のおすすめで見たナウシカ、風の谷のナウシカ、あれを見た時は本当に、まあ、子供だったんでまだ内容のことはよく理解できなかったんですけど、なんかものすごい衝撃を受けた覚えがあります。
It was back when I was still in elementary school, second grade. Due to the school's recommendation, I get to see the Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind. And since I was still very little, I couldn't really understand the whole story of it. But it was a really great, shocking moment. And
それで、今までその時まで見てたアニメってきっとすごく子供用のアニメだったんですよね。でナウシカに出てくる、ナウシカという強い女性っていうものを目の当たりにしたのはアニメで目の当たりにしたのは初めてで子供ながらにあんな風になりたいってすごく思った影響されたというかものすごい憧れをアニメのキャラクターに抱いたのを覚えてます。
Up until then, I probably was watching only the children's show anime, and so that was the really first time to see such a very strong character, especially the female character that was that strong. So I was very much had a strong adoration toward Nausicaa, and then I felt like at the time, oh, I want to become the female adult like her.
今は英語の勉強も兼ねて海外の人気があるドラマをたくさん見てるんですけど、バンノーティスっていうスパイの映画を見てスパイすごいなと思って感動してます。バンノーティス。 バーンですね。首になったやつ。
Right now, in order to study, practice English, I watch foreign drama a lot. And one that I'm currently thinking great is Burn Notice.
スパイもやりたいな。
I want to become a spy too.
でもクビになったら大変そうなんでどうしよう。
But I don't want to be fired, so.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next question. Gentleman here, yes.
Me?
Yes.
Sweet. All right. Hi. First off,
Thanks.
thanks for coming here. I just have two questions. Well, one's like it's a mixed question. I know you've worked a lot on video games and you've worked a lot on movies, and you just mentioned Ghibli as being like an influence of yours. Is there any video game that's currently out or a series that like you're currently playing that you'd like to do a voice in?
テレビゲームの声もいっぱいやってらっしゃるのは知ってるんですけれども、今たまたまジブリの影響を受けたという話がありましたけれども、テレビゲームのキャラでぜひ演じたいと思っているゲームはありますか？
Resident Evil が大好きで今そのオリジナルボイスでその英語の原音でいつか出たいと思ってるんですけど、今いるキャラクターはもうみんな声が当たっちゃってるので、なんか新しく出てくるすごい強いゾンビとかで当ててみたい、出てみたいです。
英語でですよね。
英語でゾンビ。
I'm a great fan of Resident Evil. So someday I would love to play the actual original English version characters in that game. Maybe since all the main characters currently out is already taken by other people, so maybe a zombie or something coming up.
Or I love Leon so much, the main character of Resident Evil series. So perhaps Raylan's girlfriend or something.
Thank you. Thank you.
Anybody? Yes.
Okay, actually, okay, so what was your first career choice before becoming a voice actor? Like, did you want to be something else when you know, besides a voice actor?
それになる前に最初になりたかった仕事は何でしたか？
ホテルマンでした。
I wanted to work for the hotel as a hotel
声
person.
優になる前ホテルマンやってたので、それを極めたいなって思ってました。
In fact, becoming the voice actor, I was working for the hotel, so I wanted to become more professional in that field.
でもみんな自分のホテルで安く結婚式挙げて辞めていくのを見てたら嫌になっちゃったんで辞めました。
But I saw so many of my colleagues getting married and having a marriage ceremony in the hotel where they were working, and then they all quit. So I said, okay, I'm not going to go for this one anymore.
Thank you.
Gentleman here.
You mentioned in the earlier panel that even though you're sick, you have to actually show up for a gig, pretty much. Have you ever done voice acting where your character is generally supposed to be sick and you actually came in and you were actually sick that day as well?
先ほどパネルで多少病気でもやはり穴を開けないためには仕事に出なきゃいけないとお話をされてましたが、実際にそのキャラがアニメの中で病気で声を当てた時にご自身も病気だったという時はありました。
あったらラッキーだったんですけどね、鼻声の時にキャラクターも風邪ひいてくれてたらラッキーだったんですけど、まだないですね。いつかあるといいです。
That would be a great opportunity if such a thing happens. You know, if I'm getting sick and then I can't voice well, maybe I'm a little bit nosy, nose stuck, and then if the character was sick inside the anime, that would be great. But unfortunately, that hasn't happened to me yet.
Okay, this gentleman here had a question. Oh, were you raising your hand? I'm sorry, go ahead. Go ahead then.
Okay.
I thought he had a question. Go ahead.
So, what are your other hobbies and passions that you do when you're not working?
他の趣味とか好きなことっていうのは何ですか？
ずっとゲームやってます。
I'm always playing games, video games,
なんかその海外ドラマ見てます。
or watching the foreign dramas.
あんな面白いドラマって日本になくって、なんで止まらないです。もう朝まで見ちゃいますね。
Foreign dramas are so much more interesting than the ones we have in Japan. Once I started watching, I just couldn't stop and keep on watching and watching.
Can we ask then, what has she been playing lately, and what are the other dramas?
じゃあ今、特に気に入って見てるドラマとか、そ それがそのずっと遊び続けるゲームっていうのは何ですか？
ゲームはバイオハザードですね。
For the game wise, it's gonna be a Biohazard,
プレゼンティブ
Resident Evil.
今見てる最中のドラマはアグリベリー。アグリベリー
Ugly Betty is the one I'm currently watching as a foreign drama.
見てます。
Real quick, how would you compare Japanese fans to American fans in your reaction to it?
アメリカのファンと日本のファンと比べてどうですか、差は？
全然違いますね。日本は例えばこういうイベントの際にものすごくガードするんですよね。役者のことを、万が一のために。今もそのお客さんがいっぱいいるところ歩いてきたんですけど、日本だったら絶対そういうことをさせてもらえないので、必然的にお客さんもそれに気を使ってあんまりフレンドリーに話しかけられないっていう空気があるので、日本はそういう感じです。
First of all, in Japan, in general, the way the guard is, the celebrities are guarded, are much more tighter in Japan. It's unthinkable for even for a person like me to walk through. In order to move from the panel session to over here, I walked through all the fans. That's completely unthinkable in case of the Japanese event.
こちら
Why is that?
なんでそんなにガードが硬いんですか？
わかんないです。なんか日本の文化の一つですかね。
I don't know why. Maybe it's part of the Japanese culture. So because of that, it goes vice versa. Even the fans themselves feel that companies or event holders want to guard the celebrity or the guest. So the fans themselves feel like they have to keep some space in between, and they cannot act too friendly toward me.
だからファンの人も話しかけたいんですけど話しかけられないんで、なんかちょっと遠巻きにちょっとついてくるぐらいしかできないんですけど、こちらはそのこういうとこ歩かせてくれるので、お客さんもなんか「はい」って声かけてくれたりして、で声かけた後はまたすぐ去ってどっか行っちゃう感じなので、割とフレンドリーというかいい意味でのドライ、そこ本当違いますね。
In Japan, since that, therefore, even the fans have a tendency to show that they want to talk to you, but they stayed away several steps far away from you, and then they just keep on kind of looking toward you with a feeling and passion that they like you. But over here, convention or event holders allow us to be more friendly with fans. So even the fans are very friendly and frank. They say just hi to you, and they just walk by, and then they just left. Immediately. It's not like they're hang around with you. So it's in a way it's much more how to say, in a good way, very dry frankness is felt in the USA.
Gentleman here, purple shirt.
Second for me, I've been asked this question by some of my fans. Do you play Pokemon, and if you do, what is your favorite Pokemon?
ポケモン
するとしたら、もしするとしたらどのキャラ？
ポケモンやったことないんですよね。なんかやると止まんなくなっちゃいそうで。
To be honest with you, I never played Pokemon before. I'm afraid that once I start playing the Pokemon, I might not stop.
で、止められなポケモンのプレイ止まんなくなっちゃった役者をいっぱい見てるので、寝不足の役者を気をつけてます。
I've seen many other actors who started playing Pokemon and then couldn't stop and coming to the work red eyes. So I've tried to stay away.
やるなら私はあんまりああいう可愛いモンスターみたいな役やったことないので、できれば可愛いのやりたいですね。
But if I get a chance, I never get to play those cute monsters before, so I would like to try once.
Thank you.
The gentleman in the purple shirt had a question?
No, it was for him.
That's it, okay.
We're good.
The young lady right here.
You're involved with Vocaloids and you do the voice of Luca. Like, how did you become involved? Did you want to do it, or did Krypton approach you about doing it?
OK です。
ルカの声をやるのは、ご自身の方からルカの声をやりたいというふうだったんでしょうか、それとも、クリプトンフィーチャーの方からオファーがあったんでしょうか。
オファーですね。その英語もできるっていうバイリンガルっていうところで作りたかったみたいなので、うちの事務所の方の推薦もあったんだと思いますけど、選ばれました。だから私は何も知らなかったです。
It was basically offered from the Krypton feature. I think, of course, my management company had recommended me to them too, but Luca was supposed to be the bilingual character who can speak English, so I think that was one of the reasons why I was chosen.
If you want to take a moment to fix your convincing other people come through here real quick.
大丈夫大丈夫
何人か他にも入ってくる人いるんで、ちょっと通させていただけますか。
There's some seats up on top in the back there.
今ちょうど半分ぐらいですね。半分ぐらい。
He wants to add on to the question, and that gentleman will ask questions. Okay.
So just sort of a general add-on. What is your overall impression of the character Luca? I know you probably had to have a little bit of knowledge of who the character is and everything. So do you generally like her, or any of the other Vocaloids? Would you rather have chosen a path in one of the other characters, or do you like where you are being Luca?
もちろんルカというキャラクターについてもっと我々よりもよく知ってらっしゃると思うんですけれども、ルカのご自身で持つルカの印象というのはどんなものでしょうか。また、ルカは好きですか。他のボーカロイドのキャラでもっとやってみたいキャラはいましたか。
他にどういうのがあるのか正直知らなかったので、もちろんルカで大満足はしてるんですけど、ルカの印象最初絵だけしか見て絵も見てなかったので、初めて見た時はそうですね。なんか物静かなクールな女性だなっていうイメージでしたね。
When I was first introduced to Luca character, I didn't even get to see the picture of her character. But after I'd seen her picture, character picture, then I had the feeling that she's a kind of quiet, cool type of the person.
いつもクールな役をやること多いんですけど、プラス不幸な女性の役をやることも多いのですが、ルカは不幸そうじゃなさそうで安心しました。
I often get to portray very cool and at the same time very unfortunate characters often. But in case of Luca, she's definitely not one of those unfortunate persons, so I was very glad. Regarding to the other Vocaloid, I didn't even know what other Vocaloids there were, so I was pretty much satisfied by the offer to play the Luca. I'm very satisfied with Luca.
Gentleman back here, question.
Seeing as how you provide the voice of a Vocaloid, what do you see Vocaloids? What's the role of what do you think the role of Vocaloids is in the Japanese music industry? And do you consider your own Vocaloid as a competition to your own music?
ボーカロイドの日本のミュージックシーンにおける役割というのはどんな風だと思いますか。またご自身がボーカロイドをやったことによってどのように日本のミュージックシーンに影響を与えていると思いますか。
わあ難しい。
Wow, that's a very, very difficult question.
音楽業界に影響を与えた。
ボーカロイドが日本のミュージックシーンにどんな影響を与えていると思いますか。一番思うのは、そのニコニコ動画というサイト、YouTube のサイトもあって、今まではそのデビューできる人とか、仕事がすごくできるプロデューサーっていうのは選ばれた数の人しかできなかったんですけど、ああいう動画サイトもあることもプラスになって、素人さんだけどすごく腕がいい、そのコネクションもないけどラッキーでもなくて表に出る機会がなかったけども、なかっただけで腕がいいっていう人たちがあのソフトを使っていっぱい出たっていうことで、すごく上の方であぐらかいてた人たちを脅かしてるんじゃないかなって思いますね。 First of all, as you know, there are multiple of output like Nico Nico and YouTube and all that. That pretty much gives opportunity for those who up until now only those very lucky and then selected chosen ones were able to debut in the music scene. Meanwhile, with all these new output, there's more opportunity for many different people. And those people are not necessarily trained professionals. They could be just an amateur, but yet they have a very great technique or who's very good on it. So this kind of gives a threat to those professionals or who so-called themselves professionals, just standing in there from the traditional system, and I think it's a great opportunity for many.
私は特に何も影響してないと思いますね。
From how I am affecting to the music scene as a Vocaloid, I don't think I'm affecting them that much.
This gentleman here had a question?
Do you have a favorite American actor, actress, or musician?
アメリカの女優、男優、あるいはミュージシャンで好きなのはいますか？
今はアイアンマンが好きなのでロバート・ダウニー・ジュニア。
Robert Downey Jr. is Iron Man right now.
好きですね。女優さんは高校生の時に名前忘れちゃった。羊たちの沈黙に出てた人。
Silent of the Lambs. When I was a still student, what was a person that was in the Silent